In any crisis, the difference between success or failure will depend on your ability to adapt. So you need to be able to adapt quickly. Now there's a tool for this, and we call it the OODA loop. That stands for observation, orientation, decision, action. Now this is where a bit of military history comes in really useful. So during the Korean War, the Americans were flying F-86 planes, the Chinese were flying MiG-15s. Now on paper, the MiG-15 was a better plane, but in combat, the F-86 always won, or usually won. A chap named John Boyd did some analysis to understand what was going on, and what he found was that the F-86 had a big clear canopy, which meant the pilots were able to observe. They could see what was going on. They were easier to fly, which meant that the pilots weren't fatigued and they could make sense of the situation. They could orientate themselves. They could then make sensible decisions, and because the plane had hydraulic controls, it would respond quicker, so they took action quickly. Now this is what we call the OODA loop. Observe, orientate, decide, act. And what the military have identified is that you need to go around this loop quickly. And they talk about getting inside the OODA loop. And the faster you can whiz around this, the more chance you've got of beating your adversary. Now it turns out this process is absolutely universal for anyone or any organisation undergoing change. So, if you find yourself in a crisis, you need to think, am I doing these steps? Am I observing? Am I actually looking at what's really going on? What's the real situation I'm in? Am I able to orientate? Now this is crucial. Are you actually processing the information you've got, or are you being swayed by your biases? It's really important that you have the ability to think clearly and process the information you've got. Then, are you taking decisions, coming up with a hypothesis, and are you taking action? And once you've done that, are you then making more observations? So, irrespective of what you're doing, if you can get this OODA loop spinning round, you know that you're going to be able to adapt, you're going to be able to adapt quickly, and that is by far the best way of giving yourself a chance to succeed in a crisis.